We are back with episode 44, No Nonsense Sports Podcast. Missed another episode last week. We had some shit come up, but probably going to be a short one this week. Just go over NBA Finals ending, Ja Morant and his whole fiasco, and Jordan selling the Hornets. And then, there's really no sports on that we pay that much attention to. So we'll give our segment for the week, our locks for the week, and that's probably it. But I think no one predicted the Nuggets to win 5-1 or 4-1, right? Yeah,
I think so.
But the big thing was I called sweep and y'all called 6, so it was right in the middle. Y'all giving the Heat too much credit, and I didn't give them enough.
Anyway, we did. Well, I was trying to get you to make that bet, and neither one of us would have had to pay out because I said,
yeah.
Yep. And what do you guys think about this series? It was pretty much,
that game 2
what
was
I
an
thought
anomaly.
was gonna,
That game 2 was an anomaly that he came out and shot the lights out of the gym. Obviously, that shit didn't happen again. It should have been a sweep. The Heat are just overmatched. They don't got it. Playoff Jimmy hadn't been playoff Jimmy since Series 1. Anthony was wrong. Jamal Murray showed up and showed out in the finals. Spotlight definitely wasn't too big for my guy.
Who's Mr. Assist guy?
Yeah, I'm just really hoping the recency bias. I think I said it to Trent. I seen Paul Pierce say he's the best point guard in the NBA now.
No, stop.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's the baloney, bro.
Better than Dwayne Wade too, so we can go ahead and
he said, and then Kevin Garnett's like, I don't know, bro. You still got Dame, you still got Luka, you still got Steph, you still got Ja, you still got Trey. He's like,
still got James Harden.
He's like, I'm easily taking 3 players over him.
3?
And then he goes, and then
Paul
Pierce goes, really, you're taking 3 over him? And he goes, shit, mother, maybe 6 now that I'm actually thinking about it. Like, God, like there's plenty. But he showed out. He showed up. I am interested now that it's over, though, to see what the Heat do this offseason, because I think a lot of their rotational depth pieces, role players, Caleb Martin, Givens, I think these guys showed out they're deserving of a contract and a bigger role. I'm wondering if the Heat are actually going to step up and do that, or if they're going to go and swing for a fence for an actual trade, get another key piece in. But good series. Told you all at the beginning of the year the Nuggets were the best team in the NBA, and proved me right.
Yeah, I think I was right there with you. And they're not getting any worse because it doesn't look like any of these players are going anywhere.
Bruce Brown.
Fast, Bruce Brown about to be up out of there.
Yeah, he's coming to Memphis.
Yeah, good for him. They're still going to be really good. They're still going to be the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you guys did see that they're trying to trade up for the the 29th, the 32nd, and the 37th pick. They're about to have.
They already did that, didn't they?
Yeah, so they're about to. I'm saying they're about to have 3 picks, like within 8, like at the end of the first and early second. So they're getting rid of Bruce, but they're adding more young talent, like making moves. They're gonna be scary.
Yeah. We don't have it in the notes, but that trade never went through with the Suns and Beal, right? Not yet.
Not yet. They're waiting on a third team for Chris Paul.
Yeah. So
it's not official yet?
Nah.
I mean, none of the trades are, even the trade that just happened today. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not.
The Porzingis one.
Yeah, I heard that's just a rumor though.
No, it's not. It's definitely not a rumor.
Dude, it's like breaking news.
Yeah, it's
Woj tweeted it. That's all I seen. I ain't seen. All I saw was him say.
I saw Shams tweet it, and then everyone just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? It was KP to the Celtics, Morris to the
Brogdon was to the Clippers. Which that's a big move. And also, did you guys see the rumor about Russ to the fucking Suns if they do sign Beal?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna be some scary hours out in the fucking West, boy.
I actually put a bet in on that.
How does that work though? Because I saw something like Beal, KD, Booker, and Ayton are eating up like $170 million.
I thought
it's probably Westbrook just he took that player option last year for 47 mil. It's probably I'm
Vet
assuming
minimum?
yeah.
Vet minimum? Because the report I saw was that the only people they can have on contract is vet minimums. Like they can't do anything else.
I mean, realistically, Ayton's probably up out of there. Like you got 4 legit guys at that point.
Yeah, I saw
Ayton, who's inconsistent. Probably
I saw the Wizards were looking into him and they just didn't want the contract.
Well,
they don't want to pay anybody. That's why
they're probably waiting on Porzingis first off. I would assume.
Yeah. No, the Wizards are willing to pay people. They're willing to pay expired contracts. Is what they're saying. Expiring contracts.
Yeah, well, that's not Ayton.
I know. He just paid.
That motherfucker just got paid.
Yeah.
It's crazy how different the NBA and NFL. Like if you compare them, like bad contracts in the NFL, people don't want to take them. In the NBA, you can sign like a max deal and then a year after be traded to another team. This shit's insane.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
And then honestly, the draft don't mean shit either unless you're willing to develop the players.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like a first round pick in the NFL is like sick. A first or second round pick in the NBA, unless it's like a
the first 2 rounds in the NFL are dogs. The first after the first 6 picks in the NBA, you're swinging.
There better be availability on that roster, or you're going to the G League.
I don't know. There's always the diamonds in the rough. You got to think. Look where.
Yeah. I mean, they're always sprinkled through there, but
there's diamonds in the rough in the NFL too. The problem is in the NFL, the diamonds in the rough are in the 7th round, not in the first.
In the first and second round, guys are like
if you're
immediately.
If you're the first two round guy in the NFL, you are on the team.
You better go.
And you're starting.
Impact.
You're starting.
Yeah, you're making an impact.
Guaranteed.
How many players on an NFL team?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the NBA, it's
condensed.
That's why the Lakers don't give a shit about their first round picks if they ever have any.
Yeah, but I mean, also it's, I guess percentage wise, it's probably about the same. I would assume because there's only about 15 players on an NBA roster. Sometimes you're only taking 2. Some years only 1 player. So
yeah,
it's pretty good chance you should be making the team, and then you actually don't. The NFL, you got 53, you get 7 picks.
That's about 1 for 7 in the NBA. It's about 1 for 7. Yeah.
Hold on. So if we're doing these, if we're talking about trades and stuff, why is it that Oklahoma City on paper, when they unloaded their team, they have a ramsack of fucking first round picks and they look like they're set for the future, and the Wizards literally got nothing for Bradley Beal and
because that
nothing for Porzingis.
They didn't want anything. They said we were trying to get off the contract. No, you got to remember when the Thunder did theirs, there wasn't a bad contract on that team.
I'm talking about when they got rid of PG and Russ.
Yeah, Paul George's contract wasn't bad. Russ's contract at the time wasn't bad.
They were still hooping that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they couldn't get 1 first round pick for Bradley Beal.
No, bro, that motherfucker does not play basketball. What was the last fully healthy season Bradley Beal played?
What do you mean?
He was an MVP candidate last full season.
How are you going to say he doesn't play basketball and then they're talking about he's the big 3? Like this is the nastiest shit ever.
Okay, guess what? Out of that big 3, he's hurt. KD been hurt, and Devin Booker's been hurt.
Bitch, we're talking about Bradley Beal. We ain't doing the whole fucking group.
But I'm saying the big 3. You want to talk about? They put KD in the big 3. KD's been hurt. Like
I think you're missing the equation.
Kawhi and Paul George are considered a star duo, and Kawhi Leonard hasn't played a season of basketball in 4 years.
Dude, I think you're missing the question I was asking. So, like, when the Lakers were considering trading for Bradley Beal, they were going to give like hella things up. You guys got like an expiring Chris Paul, Shamit, and
they're not even getting Chris Paul. They're buying him out of
the Lakers.
They're not even getting anything.
The Lakers can give hella shit, but they only have like a first round pick or 2. Like all the shit they have is second rounds.
Yeah, and the players don't even have that. They were going to give everything for KD.
Yeah, everything they were going to give up was way more than what the Wizards are going to get.
If you're the Suns, you have nothing to give up. You gave up your picks for KD. And you have no players to give up. Otherwise, you're hurting your team. Yeah, but the Wizards didn't want
why would the Wizards take that until they get rid of Porzingis?
The Wizards didn't want him regardless.
I think they already knew they were going to do that because they would have got rid of. They would have kept Porzingis because they already talked about re-signing him, and then the other thing you got to
realize is Bradley Beal had a no trade clause. He could have denied any trade they wanted. Yep. So like it was send me to Phoenix so I can win a ring, or y'all are paying me my goddamn money. Like
that's a fact. Yeah.
Miami,
huh?
It was them or Miami.
Yeah, I don't know why the Miami thing didn't work. That's where I got the contract thing. They could have got Tyler Hero.
I don't think he was in the rumor. The rumor I saw was like Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry, and like second round picks.
That's what I saw.
I'm not doing that.
I saw that. Yeah,
I saw that, but I'm not doing that. I'm
It's
taking
still
out.
better than the shit you just got.
Well, I think they're just going
What
a
you
different route.
mean? My man
Because-
Shamet with the forehead is nice.
What I saw was that by them doing that and freeing up the contract, what they're willing to do is take other players, big contracts, as long as it's packaged with picks. So like I guess that's the route for the rebuild that they're going. So you got to think they're going to free up all the cap. So then what other teams want to off money off of their teams, they can send them to the Wizards with picks.
So
To get what in return?
Should be doing that with Lonzo Ball.
To get what in return? Because the Wizards don't have anything in return.
That's just according to Woj. Well, I'm saying I don't think the other teams aren't going to want anything if they're just trying to unload the contracts and get rid of the money off of their team. That would be the reason.
I mean, that makes sense, but it's just,
you know what's sad? The NBA, they could be the worst team in the NBA every year and still not have the number 1 pick every year.
I like it this way. I really wish the NFL would go this route.
So the teams don't like full on tank.
Yeah. Yep.
What are we talking about? Sorry. What did you just say? You wish the NFL would do what?
Like the number 1 pick?
The lottery.
Yeah.
Teams that are tanking or whatever just can't guarantee themselves
the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Anyway, other news, Ja suspension 25 games, which I saw a report. Apparently that's going to cost him like 45-50 million.
Yeah.
Which
they say he'll lose the largest amount out of any professional athlete ever.
Really?
Yeah, 50 million based off fines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I swore Tiger Woods lost over 100 mil. Whenever.
That's like sponsorships and shit, though.
Yeah,
he's all like direct like contract money.
Damn, 50
is that like
million.
actually coming out of his pocket, or is that because he's not going to make the All NBA teams? Or he's going to lose
that's how I took it as.
Yeah,
that's just money he's not getting now.
He's not going to get on his contract. Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. Probably not, but
I feel like they were with the suspension, and
they were what?
They were light with the suspension.
Yeah, man, that was a slap on the wrist.
He didn't receive like a quote unquote fine for the whole thing. He should have definitely got more games. If it were a different player that didn't have like as much star power as him, I feel like the punishment would have been more significant.
Dude, 25 ain't even that many. I wonder,
it's not, but you got to think if they're. I don't believe they're going to be good in those 25 games. I truly don't. I mean, you're probably looking at a bottom 3 team in the West next year with him out. I'm so serious.
But I'm saying,
especially if the rumors are true and we offload Tyus.
I'm being so serious. I think that's probably a bottom 3 team in the West, and that's for 25 fucking games, and then he has to come back and, I guess, get back.
But I'm saying, what's that have to do with the punishment though? Like how good of a team they are. You know what I mean? Like
it has nothing to do with the punishment. I just think it's okay just because that team's going to be bad. I assume he's not getting 45 to 50 million. Yeah, I mean, just basically.
Does anybody know about these other conditions and stipulations that they've been announced?
No, I mean,
I saw that.
I feel like they're trying to keep it on the hush because why wouldn't they just have released like what it was?
Probably nothing.
It's probably like, bro, show a gun again and you're out of the league.
Yeah, like we're trying to make it sound like.
Bro, did you guys? That's what you guys the video of the gun that he was using. That was in the video.
The fake gun.
It was a lighter.
What?
He has a lighter where you squeeze the trigger and a flame comes out. That's what he is on camera with.
So why not come out and say that?
Yeah. Why not?
It's crazy because
why not prove your case?
His man's the one who's recording him. The one I forget his name now, but the dude who's recording it, they're like best friends since childhood. And it's the same dude that was with me, got caught with the gun the first time. He's the one who leaked the information that it was a fake gun and that it was a lighter. Like sent the video.
I'm sure he is.
That was like Ja cut him off. Ja didn't want that news released that it was a fake gun.
Why you don't?
Because now it's like it hurt his rep. Like he didn't want that.
His rep's been hurt, bro.
Yeah, man.
But again, that's all just rumors and speculation. But
yeah,
that's what
to me that makes no sense. Like I'm back on camera immediately. This is a fucking fake gun. It's a lighter. Yeah, fuck all that.
Hold on, 25 games. Oh,
that's honestly a lot.
Does Kawhi miss more on like load management games than 25 for the season?
Yes. He's missing about half the year.
He's like 25.
But it's 25 consecutive. He doesn't get to pick 25. He sits out. And You got to remember that he was only suspended 8 games for the first one. So this is literally 3 times more than what the original suspension was. And if Gilbert got 50 for bringing the gun into the locker room on facilities, which is completely against NBA guidelines, Ja didn't break any laws. He didn't violate any rules in the NBA. Like, it was just a bad look. 25 games is plenty.
Well, because if you're going off stuff like that, Miles Bridges got in trouble outside of the organization.
He broke the law.
He missed a whole year and now 30 games too. On top of that,
he broke the law. Ja did not break a law.
Well, he didn't. Did he do any jail time or anything?
Who?
Miles Bridges.
No.
So I mean,
Jaws wasn't even a criminal offense. There was no cops involved. There was nothing. There's no case.
Well, yeah.
Didn't Miles Bridges beat his girl? Isn't that what it was?
Because they investigated it. But
didn't Miles Bridges beat his girl? Wasn't that the case? Like,
yeah, but they investigated Ja Morant too.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to hear that because Miles Bridges got off late. When Ray Rice got that shit, motherfucker didn't play another snap.
Yeah, but there was videos.
There's pictures of Miles Bridges' girl. What you mean?
Bro, come on. We're not gonna do that. You can go case by case. You don't know what's true and what's not. They just
can say the same thing about Joe Mixon. Don't
compare that to Ja holding the gun. That's not the same thing.
I'm just saying, as far as punishments, this man missed a whole year and then 30 games.
Right,
because he
beat the fuck out of
right. Like, that's not the same thing as holding a gun. Like, we're not gonna make that the same thing. I'm not doing it. I'm not. No.
Did he get charged for that?
Yeah,
Who? Miles Bridges.
I believe he was. That's how the case got out. Was she pressed charges on him?
Yeah, but I thought his charges.
I mean, the charges probably got dropped.
No, I'm saying like there was other ones on top of it. It wasn't just like for beating her up. It was like child endangerment because he did like whatever happened was in front of his kids or something like that.
Right, so, like I said, he broke the law, Trent. Like, yes, Ja didn't break the law.
So all I'm hearing is on top of beating the hell out of his girlfriend. Last
year he wasn't technically suspended.
Well, Miles Bridges he pleads not guilty during his domestic violence charges.
Yeah, he pled not guilty, which doesn't make you innocent.
It's injuring a child's parent and 2 felony counts of child abuse.
Yeah, that doesn't make you innocent.
I don't hear any domestic violence though.
What was the first one?
Miles Bridges was charged with 1 felony count of injuring a child's parent and 2
injuring a child's parent.
Wouldn't it just say domestic violence then?
I mean, that's a weird way of putting it.
Yeah.
Well, that's to make it look better, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. That's a weird way to write it.
Right?
Guilty. Everything got dropped, so he's able to play. That's why he's able to play this year. So, so he didn't break the law. Then he was not guilty.
Right, but that just came out that he was not guilty. And like I said, last year he wasn't suspended. He just didn't play. He wasn't under contract.
No, he was under contract. He couldn't play because of what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the Hornets.
I thought
I don't know if the NBA said we're not allowing him to play. I
thought teams were actually even looking into Miles Bridges, but the NBA was the NBA was just like, wait until this shit's done. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't know if he's going to do jail time or not.
Yeah, that's what they were like. Just wait.
Again, I'm on the hype train. That's not the same thing.
I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's still.
I would say this, but he had multiple like occurrences like back to back. Like
who, Ja?
Yeah. So like,
I will say this: Miles Bridges had multiple charges. Like on that same fucking racket. Like,
yeah, but like 25 games. Here's my thing. You give him 25 games. I was waiting for 50. Like, set an example and then everyone will be set straight kind of shit. The whole league would be on notice. But
no, I think 25 is plenty. I think it's plenty. I think it's a fair punishment. I don't think they went over it. And again, if they're taking it like it's the gun actually was fake, if that news is true and it's all that, then he literally did nothing. Then he literally did nothing wrong, and he got 25 games for what?
Bro, you can't say he literally did nothing wrong. We go over this all the time. That's not the type of look that you're supposed to have when you're the face of the NBA. You're not online.
You're also not supposed to be beating bitches up and hurting your kids.
Hold on, Donald. What about him trying to fight the kids? Him supposedly having like his gang having like
what
laser pointers and shit.
Was he charged?
No, he wasn't, but I'm saying Donovan keeps going back to the 25 games.
Well, I mean, we're comparing him to Miles Bridges. One was charged and one wasn't.
I'm saying no.
And hold on, he's suing whoever that kid was because all that he said cost him his All NBA team. All that news coming out put a bad name on him, and that's what cost him his All NBA, which cost him like $40 million. He's suing that kid, so I feel like if you did it, you wouldn't sue. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Well, I mean,
he's got a lot of shit around him. I will say that he's got a lot of shit around him. So if you wanted to trump the charges up because of the image he's portrayed over the last year since he got paid,
Hell yeah.
would understand it. I'm saying 25 games for holding a lighter in your hand is plenty.
I'll say this. Even if he did beat that kid up or whatever, he could probably still sue him because he's worth $200 million and this kid's worth fucking nothing who can't hire a good enough lawyer to defend him. So who knows?
I don't know.
I believe he beat the kid up. Like, yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. Can we see her?
How many animals do you have now?
Jesus Christ, Donovan. This motherfucker's running a goddamn zoo in South Carolina now.
Anthony said, how many fucking animals do you have? And Johnny goes, he's running a motherfucking zoo in South Carolina.
Well, we were already talking about the Hornets. MJ sells his stake in the Hornets, but I believe he's still in charge until further notice.
Did he buy them for like $800K?
Dude, I saw the craziest conspiracy theory about him, bro.
2.6 mil.
Was it that much?
No, it's 200 some million. He bought it for
275 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was
he selling it for like $7 billion or
billion.
something.
Yeah, it went from millions to million. It went from millions to billions. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Seeing that profit turn is ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw a crazy conspiracy theory about why he has to sell a team and shit like that.
He has to?
So the guy, supposedly, he's there's a guy, it's like his financial guy who let him invest like 500 or something sort of $1 million, put him in the hole. The guy who's buying the team, who's the majority of the group, is behind the guy who is the financial advisor that lost MJ all that money that he's looking to get back. Yeah. And I didn't know like the guy I'll send you the video. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. But the guy was saying like MJ's rich, but the guys he was going up against that he lost hella money that he's pretty much paying back are like another level of rich. And he's just not there yet.
I just thought it was because he sucked as an owner.
I thought it's because he turned 200 million into 7 billion.
Just think about it. Like most people that have franchises pass it down to their kids. Like that doesn't make any sense. That's like generational left. That they just sell the team.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting. I'll send you the video. You'll be like,
yeah. There's one I want to send to you. I saw earlier about conspiracy on Kobe Bryant and Gianna about a whoever upper echelon of people child sacrifice.
Oh no, I saw something about pharmacy, something like Kobe was investing.
I saw that one.
Kobe was investing in some pharmacy company.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
And then like it was kind of like them shutting him up because he was supposed to be somewhere like that Monday. And
yeah, I heard about that one. That one dropped right like when it happened.
Yeah.
The one I just saw last night was these people wanting like a child sacrifice to turn into a transgender. And Kobe wasn't willing to do that with his daughter Gianna, and that's why they took him out. And then Dwayne Wade, I guess, was in that same
with his kid.
Yeah, and had his go trans. Sounds good. I don't know.
But, Dwayne Wade there's some crazy rumors on that dude too.
Yeah, I don't believe in all of these.
This shit sounds crazy. Anyway, does Michael Jordan selling the Hornets actually mean anything to anybody?
I mean, I don't care, but I saw people bitching about like why, like obviously the guy's selling it because he bought it for $200 million. He's about to sell it for
$9 billion or something.
Right?
Yeah, son.
I'm because I just got tired of hearing like, oh, Michael Jordan owns the Hornets. Like it was just always that, or like people measuring like the success of the team with him.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
None.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Actually, it does. It does correlate off rip though, because didn't when you first get him, he was the one who was making the picks. Like when he first bought him,
I think he's still making the picks.
I would say, didn't he? Isn't he the guy that drafted tomorrow. Like?
But he's equivalent to like
straight first round busts.
He's equivalent to like the Raiders. Walker, he's like equivalent to the Raiders owner to me.
Yeah, bro. I think I listened to this podcast, and when this news first broke, they did like every draft he was a part of, and I think it was like 7 busts for every good player.
I want to know who those good players were because I can think of Gerald Wallace and
Kemba
Walker
and LaMelo.
Yeah. That's about it.
For sure.
Moving on to our segments of the week. Donovan's got NFL trivia.
And I'm stealing this from.
Well, let me go first with the because mine's NBA. I'll just keep it going with the NBA.
All right.
Cool.
I was excited, but take
before we get
into
that, did y'all? I know y'all seen the initial Zion news, but have you guys been keeping up?
bruh.
How she's like, you don't deserve to be in New Orleans.
Yeah, she was like,
Twitter just got fucking blocked.
Yeah, banned because she said, "I'm releasing our sex tape if you don't trade him out of New Orleans." So they banned her Twitter.
She's wild.
Like she can't just go straight on Pornhub and drop that bitch,
or
get paid for
it. Burner accounts aren't a thing either. Crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't hear about that though. Trent, the wife actually told me that today while we were out at Clutch.
No, and apparently I just saw she had. Oh yeah, she was like outing like Pop Smoke or something like that, and then apparently she has like another sex tape with another NBA player as well.
Bro, she's like an official like porn star.
Yeah, she was a legit porn star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she's probably got videos with a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
and I don't mean just in the. I mean, she's probably got videos with a lot of famous people, like celebrities. Like, why wouldn't you fuck a porn star? You know what I'm saying? If you were in that situation, like, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you got it like that, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers don't got nothing to lose. Fuck it. Don't
be in the situation he's in right now.
Well, don't do weird shit.
He was doing too much.
He's talking about moving her to New Orleans, calling her baby girl. Like, you doing a lot. That wasn't just a I'm gonna sleep with a porn star. That was a let me wife this bitch. That's what that was.
Facts.
Okay.
But I guess it's all you.
Yeah, so I was just going to talk about since it's like one of the last sporting events that we have. I guess it's technically a sporting event, but the NBA draft's tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not saying the draft's weak because there's some really high top players, but there's a lot of players I just don't know of. And I feel like the G League players are rising up the boards. Like, this is the biggest year I've seen tons of G League players or like non-college athletes making the first round.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So, I was actually going to ask you this, John. This is actually, it's not even a segment. It's just like, there's a dude, I don't know where he saw these odds. And if these odds are real, like, I can't find them. And if I find them, I'm going to nuke them. But Amani Bates, I'm actually a big fan of him because they call him like the Slim Reaper and shit. He's not projected to go in the first, but this guy broke it down and said, like, a lot of hype brings you from a second to a first round pick. And he was showing the odds. He's like, I'm about to put my mortgage on this and that. He's like, Amani Bates to go in the first round is plus 5,000. And I'm like, if that's the case, I will put $50 to $100. I don't know. I can't find his prop. So I didn't know. Trent, obviously, I know is a betting dude, but the guy was like breaking it down. He's like,
I'm telling you right now, he's a first round talent for sure.
Well, they're saying a lot of teams don't like something about him, but
yeah, I mean, he got in trouble while he was at Memphis.
Yeah, he's projected mid-second, but they're like, just based off hype, he can creep into the first. And they're like, it's the bet of the century and stuff like that. So I didn't know your take on, is it worth taking a shot at him just sprinkling going in the first?
Yeah, if it's you're only putting like 50 to 100 at plus 5,000.
That's what I'm saying, but I can't even find the 5,000. Like, I don't even know where
I think
it's at.
He's a first round player. I get the off the court issues and shit.
I think you need to ask Buddy what book he's using, because
that's what I'm saying.
I need that.
It's plus 2,000.
If you're
but listen to me, I guarantee it was plus 5,000 before that video came out.
Oh, I was gonna say probably was, and then he said that, and everyone probably started slamming it.
It's on DraftKings plus 2,000. So
yeah, I was looking at FanDuel. They have literally the shittiest props for the NBA draft.
So go ahead.
If they're projecting him mid-second round, you don't want teams like Miami, Boston, Nuggets, even if he's dropping that far.
I was gonna say, you don't want teams like Brown. Let Bruce Brown go, and then you pick up Amani Bates.
That's
in that 29, 32,
6'10".
or 37. Yeah. Give him
some
more height.
Put 50 on it. That wins you 1,000. So if you're feeling
I mean, is it on DraftKings?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
That's something I
might have to do it because,
like, I mean, if I don't hit, so be it. But
that's what people are hyping.
You're sleeping on. Oh boy, I think
any guy in the mid to early second round can easily just buy hype, go right into the end of the first. But yeah, that's all
off the court issues. Though he could go undrafted, which I think would be stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys if you guys had any who's your favorite player in the draft or like any upcoming player, but after looking at a lot of these guys, I'm just like, I don't know who half these dudes are.
I don't know. I like a good bit of the players in there.
There's guys I was thinking about like the tournament, like, all right. And then I was looking at them like, yo, I don't even see half of them in this.
I'm surprised you didn't like Jaime. What's his name from UCLA?
Garcia or no, Vasquez or whatever. Or yeah, he got invited to the green room.
Yeah, I like the player from the shooter from UConn, Andre Hawkins.
Yeah, they say he might be a Laker. Yeah, I here's the thing, like these G League so I guess that's my question for. I don't know if it's really a debate or anything, but how are these collegiate players who are coming from these top-notch schools getting like flip-flopped with guys who are like straight up G Leaguers that are probably the same age?
G Leaguers, they're still professional athletes.
Yeah,
but they're the same age though.
Yeah, but it's just
not always.
I'm talking about a couple of these guys are like, I saw one guy, he's like
you got guys
just turning 19.
Yeah, fresh out of high school that are playing against 25 to 30-year-olds versus guys who are only playing against 18 to 22-year-olds.
I'm talking about like, let's say this, like a senior, like a guy who's a senior in college versus a 19-year-old fresh out of the G League.
Well, because
right, why would you not take the 19-year-old fresh out of G League?
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean,
by the time you're 24, you're only going to get so much better.
Hey, I'll break it down like this. So, a lot of college coaches, whenever they're looking in the transfer portal, if there's a number one quarterback in the country from JUCO, they're probably taking him over the number 5 quarterback coming out of high school.
I get that. Oh, no, high school. I'm talking about like, it's not even that. Not even high school. I'm saying like, let's say if you get the number 1 kid who got transferred after a year at LSU and the number 1 JUCO player, are they taking the number 1 JUCO player? Like or here's a good one. The number 1 JUCO player, or are you taking Joe Burrow when he was getting transferred from Ohio State at that time?
Well, at that time, I'm taking number 1 JUCO player. I mean, Joe Burrow was told, "Hey, we don't even want you at Nebraska."
No, he was at Ohio State, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was transferring. He wanted to go to Nebraska, and they told him, "We don't want you." Wow, that's why he went to LSU.
Well, I think when it comes to the G Leaguers and the college players, you got to think like some of those players don't translate as far as like the play style when it comes to NBA. So like you don't know what you're gonna get like matchup wise. When the G Leaguers, they've been playing that style, NBA style basketball. Right. Yeah. You've literally seen what they're gonna bring to the table and like be able to develop. As far as like the college players, you just don't know.
And that's mainly why I brought up JUCO too, because that's still college football. You're going to take that 1 year of college experience, like going to classrooms or in the classrooms, being in the dorms, whatever, over someone who's fresh out of high school playing high school football the year before.
I think we were talking about it the one night on like Xbox or whatever, just like how Tyler Hansborough is in some people's eyes the best college player ever, and then it's just like.
It's like same with like Tim Tebow and shit, but yeah, no. Like I'm talking about like these young kids, like the overtime elite is what I'm talking about. There's these Thompson twins that have taken the draft by storm behind like the top 2 picks.
They're athletic freaks, that's why.
But the thing is like I just the thing like I was watching their highlights. These are like glorified AAU games. These aren't even like NBA quality like fucking runs.
Yeah, well, what I'm gonna say is. Leave the overtime out of it. I didn't watch any of that. I didn't watch any D League. I don't watch any college. But I do like that they're looking at different branches to like bring in talent into the NBA because, like we talked about it earlier, there's only 14 spots on every team, right? There's a million college teams out there, but now you open up 14 spots for G League. So now you're taking I think it's gonna start turning into more like you see with the NHL or the MLB. To where college kids are gonna start going to the G League, and then from the G League they'll get brought into the NBA. I think you'll start to see that transition where it goes to minors and then to the bigs. And I think this is just kind of the beginning of that transition.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but it's like it's just a lot more than usual. Like, this
is
the most
for sure. Like that overtime thing. AAU basketball is really competitive. I mean, I know you look at the highlights and you think it's just a lob fest and shit, but looking at that, you're probably going to learn more about a player there than you would if you're just watching that player and he plays for Smithsburg High going against.
No, I get it, but I get it. But you seeing these little, I mean, these G League games get 5,000 max 10,000 people in an arena. Like I would take a player who's hitting clutch jump shots at a Duke University in the Final Four, then maybe it just doesn't translate to me. Like I've never seen these guys show anything more than just.
But to a good point that Trent and Johnny both said, sometimes college doesn't translate, right? I just watched.
No, I get it.
Do you guys know who Pee Wee the Plug is?
No.
On YouTube?
No, we do not know who that is.
No. Well, check his YouTube out. He's fucking great. Anyway, he interviews like he goes to the draft every year, and he interviewed a bunch of the prospects. And one of the guys he interviewed was the dude from Arkansas, the guard, Anthony Black. Is that his name?
Yeah, the point guard.
Yeah. Interviewed him, and he asked him like, he asked all the prospects, what's one thing that's gonna surprise a lot of people when you get into the league? Well, he's like, well, in college I didn't shoot. Like we were told to attack the rim, drive hard, do this. I didn't shoot. It's not that I can't shoot. He's like, I'm a hell of a shooter. I just didn't. So like in college, it's almost like you're gonna play their way, and you're not gonna get to do your own game. To whereas if you were go to overtime elite like the Thompson twins did, you're gonna be thrown straight into it as the guy, if you're the guy, and you're just gonna try to backpack, which is how the NBA is. You're this high pick, you're gonna put a lot of shit on you, and you're gonna get to go do your thing. Whereas in college, you got to play within the confines of the system. So I don't know. Like I said, I like that they're branching out and doing the different shit. I think it's cool.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, we're gonna start seeing a lot of this because they just started allowing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing like the past 2 years or something like that. But I mean,
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
There's not that many players. It's only those Thompson twins and then Scoot Henderson that aren't coming from overseas or college.
Yeah, but it's just crazy that they just jump straight to the top. Actually, no, there's another one. There's a kid named Bilal.
He's a dog, apparently.
Who?
He plays for the Metropolitans 92.
Yeah, but he's from overseas. Yeah, he's from France.
Yeah, he's a dog, apparently. Wemby gassing him up?
Yeah, he plays with Wemby.
Yeah. Wemby was talking about him like he had a dog.
Because there's another player that's projected to go in the first round too. That's from France and plays with Wemby as well. So
no, there's a G League Ignite. Leonard Miller. He's a first round pick too.
Yeah, never heard of him.
He's a bucket, apparently. That's all he does.
Yeah, I feel like you're just chatting right now.
You're just making this shit up.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I swear, I literally just listened to the guy. I dropped. I listened to his shit, and they were talking like he did a mock draft, and he was going over all this shit. That's why I preface this with I don't watch G League, I don't watch overtime, I don't watch college.
Never catch me watching.
There's another overtime elite kid, Cisco.
Never heard of him.
You're saying that wrong, or he didn't talk about him. So
you got Murray. You got Murray's brother coming from Iowa too.
Oh yeah. He's tough.
Was that Chris Murray?
Who?
Is it Chris Murray?
Yeah, Chris Murray.
See? What I'm saying?
I thought he was just making shit.
Nah, bro. Like I said, I listened to it. Like I don't know who that is.
I really didn't know his first name. I knew it started with a K.
I literally
they look identical. Right? They look identical though.
I listened to this podcast today. Yeah. I didn't spell it. I was listening to it.
No, it is. It is. I'm looking at it now.
But yeah, nah. It's just crazy.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
I'll do my research for the show. All right, y'all gonna have to get off me a little bit.
Draft order or whatever, and they have Amani Bates as the 50th ranked player. They have a player from Penn State in front of him.
Yo, but the thing is like during the those workouts, because I didn't know the workouts was like pretty much like pickup.
He was hooping.
He was torching people.
Yeah.
And they literally said he'd be a first round talent if he didn't have some off the field issues.
I'm confused. Off the court. Yeah, why did they even invite him? Yeah, I mean, that's
he got invited to groups. He didn't get an individual, did he?
No, he was invited to the fucking combine though. Like,
I don't know shit about that. I know he did a bunch.
Why not just bring
he was
top
destroying
40?
people? Yeah.
Weird vibes.
He worked out. Hold on, he worked out with tons of players or tons of teams
individually.
Yeah, he had one in May. He worked out for the Phoenix Suns. Worked out with the Utah Jazz. He worked out with the Kings next week. I'm just looking at all the recent report. He worked at Oklahoma City, Thunder, Suns, Cavs, Blazers. But yeah, he worked out with pretty much everyone.
Everybody.
Amani Bates works out for hometown. No, works out for Charlotte Hornets, which he would love to be a hometown.
Yeah, so much from those individual workouts, though. You know what I mean? Like
I'm just saying, but at least for a guy who is borderline a second round pick.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of teams are working him out.
Nice.
I mean, they definitely do their due diligence when it comes to figuring out what players they know the whole draft.
I was gonna say, especially when it's a guy like him where you can see the talent. There's just so many other issues. You try to figure out if it's worth the risk.
So much hype in Memphis.
Right.
So much hype.
Well, I mean but Penny didn't fucking like him.
When Penny fucked him.
Yeah, Penny's the one who brought him.
Penny's the one. He was the player Penny paid to go to
Memphis. And then he didn't play him.
Yeah, he dicked him over.
Well, he was hurt. He played him whenever he was healthy.
Didn't he use the whole spiel about, hey, I did this for Wiseman, blah blah blah, and then Wiseman kind of fell apart, and then he brought him right after.
Hold on, I could be wrong, Johnny. Correct me because you know about college than I do. But I thought Bates went there, played, wasn't playing great, got hurt, went back in, and then he was healthy, and then Penny benched him.
He fell out of the rotation.
Yeah, he felt like he wasn't hurt anymore.
Yeah,
because he didn't want to play like within the team. He wanted.
Yeah, he wanted to do his own thing, and Penny was like, "If you're not going to do my game, then you're not going to play."
And then he brought him back for the tournament, or like a couple. It was
but
like
he wasn't a starter. He was a rotational piece. He was like a seventh, eighth man. Like he wasn't starting.
And then he started balling out when he went to
Michigan,
Eastern Michigan or something like that. Yeah.
You know, Trent. I know Trent will know. What's his name? Played point guard.
No,
for IMG Farrakhan. Yeah,
Farrakhan. Yeah, I knew because he was already there. Yeah, but I guess they obviously weren't that good. They
were awful, but he was hooping. Next, I guess we'll go to Don with NFL trivia.
See what you got, Donna.
Yeah. So this is all just based on your guys' favorite teams. I'm gonna ask each and every one of you the same question. Whoever gets more questions right wins. Fair enough?
For their own team.
For your own team.
Okay.
All right. Start with you, Anthony. How many seasons have the Carolina Panthers been a franchise? If you give me the year you became a franchise, I'll count it.
95, 96?
95.
Yeah, and you know who
95 to 2003.
And you know who threw our first touchdown? Frank Wright.
That's crazy, actually.
And you know who was the head coach one at the time? Dom Capers. And you know who's our assistant?
Who's asking the questions here?
I'm just saying,
our
assistant defensive coordinator, Dom Capers.
You need to stop, honestly. Like you're naming a whole bunch of shit nobody gives a fuck about. No, that's crazy though. That's a lot of random trivia Panthers knowledge that like.
Well, no, I literally saw that shit on Tuesday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
that's crazy. All right, Trent.
So 1 point.
How many seasons do the Steelers? How many seasons have the Steelers played as a franchise? Or what year did you guys become a franchise?
That's tough.
It is tough for you because your shit's old as fuck.
It should be easy for
I think Johnny. No, because I always hear people because when we talk about the Super Bowls, they're like, "Oh, you've been a team since '70s." So I'm gonna say like 1970s.
You better back that up. About 40 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you got to think about you were winning the Super Bowls in the 70s, so there ain't no way you came in fresh as a franchise and started winning fucking Super Bowls right away.
There was like
you guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. You guys became a franchise in 1933. You have played 91 seasons.
Well, didn't they do the merger in like the 70s?
Maybe. I'm not big. I don't know when the merger was.
This man gonna be like, I ain't a big.
I don't know when the.
I think you're thinking of the NBA,
the ABA to the NBA. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the NFL ever.
Don, a quick question: who's older, you or the Steelers? The Commanders or the Redskins or the Steelers?
Well, it's not the Commanders for sure. I don't know, honestly. I don't know when the.
It's just a random question.
I want to say Washington. I have no idea though. Am I right?
Either. I don't know.
Look it up for me real quick. Find out when Washington became a franchise. I want to know now.
What year? What year was
they were 1933.
The NFL and AFL agreed to merge in '66 with the merger effect in '70.
Yeah, go ahead. Because Warren Moon.
1932. So I'm assuming it's the same year.
We're older.
Oh, okay. Well,
we're a year older. You're older. You're wiser with not as many Super Bowls. Johnny. When did you guys become an NFL franchise? The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, they weren't even the Redskins the first year.
Same as Carolina.
Yeah.
Came in together.
Is that a fact? Can you guys pull that up?
That is a fact.
Because mine has Carolina at 95 and you guys at 96.
We actually came in 96. We established our organization halfway through 95.
Okay. Your first season was 96.
I'm pretty sure it was us two. I could be bullshit. Was the Texans the same year?
No, they came in 2000.
Okay. Yeah, it was the Ravens and the Panthers.
Okay.
And Jaguars were 94, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and Donovan, your team was not even the Redskins when it first came into the league. It was the Boston Braves, and then 5 years later they moved to Washington D.C. and became the Redskins.
Yeah, I knew we were the Braves to start. I didn't know we were the Boston Braves. I didn't know that.
Boston Braves.
That's crazy. Let's see. Should I just do closest to get this one? Johnny, how many wins did you guys have as a franchise?
Fuck, 432.
Not even close. It's crazy. You got all the numbers right though, just not in the right order.
Huh.
243. That was crazy. You got all the numbers. Trent, how many wins do you guys have?
390.
Bro, you've been okay. Run this back. You've been a
Trent.
franchise since 1933.
Bro,
you could shoot for the stars and say like 10,000 if you wanted, some crazy ass number.
It's not 10,000.
I don't think any team has 1,000, right?
No.
All right, I'm gonna say 900 then.
660. 661 actually. And how many wins do you guys have as a franchise?
I don't think we have as many wins as the Ravens, so I'm saying like 180.
212. You guys are 212 and 237, which actually isn't bad.
Yeah, that's actually a lot higher than I thought it was.
Me too. We had a couple good years in there.
Because we had a lot of shitty seasons.
Pretty easy for all of you guys. I'm sure you guys noticed on top of this was a gimme for you guys. How many Super Bowls have your teams won?
Fuck up. You might as well ask us how many appearances. We had the same appearances, I think, as the Ravens, but we don't have any rings.
2. Trent?
Wait, did I miss the question? What was it?
How many rings do you guys have?
Oh, 6.
How many have you been to?
8.
Good shit, Trent. Good shit.
I was right too, right, Don?
Yeah, you were right. You guys have 2 appearances. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So this one might be favored towards Anthony and Johnny because they're newer teams, but all-time team leaders. Who is the all-time passing leader for the Panthers?
Is this a loaded question? It has to be Cam Newton, right?
Is it a loaded question? You tell me.
It's Cam Newton.
It's Cam Newton.
Yeah.
It is Cam Newton.
I thought it was Jake Delhomme for some dumbass reason.
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought.
Trent.
The team.
Who's your all-time leading passer for the Steelers?
Terry Bradshaw?
No, sir.
Big Ben.
Big Ben just played for 16 fucking years, Trent.
It is big. It is Big
Yes.
Ben.
No,
It
I
is
thought
Big Ben.
that was a trick question or something.
Donna, Bryce Young's gonna break all of Cam's records. I'm saying.
Joe Flacco, not those rushing ones. Joe Flacco.
Yes,
Yeah, he
Johnny
won't
was
break
Joe
those,
Flacco.
yeah.
Who is your all-time leading rusher, Johnny?
Jamal Lewis.
Good shit. Trenton?
Not sure.
What a guess. I believe he did just pass away this year.
Franco.
Yep. Franco Harris.
That was my guess, but
Yeah, you should. I knew it was your guess. That's why I was like, come on, Trent, just throw it out there. Like,
honestly, the only person that came to mind.
Anthony?
I saw him at a Penn State game before.
I feel like I'm gonna say some dumbass name that's not even on our team, bro. Is it Steven Davis?
No.
It's got to be fucking Stewart, right?
Nah.
Shout out Johnny. Jonathan Stewart with
Jonathan
Stewart with 7,318 yards.
Was it more than D'Angelo Williams? Because they were like
they shared the backfield. I mean, it had to be. He's your all-time leading. I don't know what D'Angelo ran with you guys, but
it's
this
not
is
Steven Davis.
This is just for you guys. This isn't counting what they did outside of you guys. So D'Angelo might have had more in his career, but yeah. All-time receiving leader.
Not Deshaun Foster. Wow.
You're gonna get me on this one.
You said who?
All-time receiving leader. By the way, Johnny's 2 for 2 on his teams. Trent's 0 for 2, and Ant, you're 1 for 2.
Whoa! I got one, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm talking about on your team leaders, not yours. Like the other questions.
Don, is this a loaded question, or should I know this kind of thing?
You should know this. Is
it Mr. Steven?
This is a layup. Yep.
Steven
Smith.
Okay.
Steve Smith.
I thought you were gonna say some other shit.
Nah.
There's a player I had in mind.
Unless it's some old dude.
It's not. You've seen him play.
It's Hines Ward then.
It is Hines Ward.
Johnny, don't know Baltimore's.
I've never heard of this guy, but I'm probably just an idiot for not having heard this guy.
See, now that's gonna fuck me because
Can I name one?
I think it's Derek Mason.
Yeah,
it is Derek Mason.
I was gonna say that. Okay.
Yeah, it is Derek Mason. Why don't I know who that is?
He was a dog. Played for Tennessee before. Yeah,
okay.
he was good.
Bro, I looked it up. The difference between Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams is less than 200 yards.
Okay. I would say they did share the shit.
And Cam Newton was literally 500 behind them.
Who is your all-time scoring leader?
What do you mean?
Justin Tucker.
Who has scored the most points for your team? It is Justin Tucker. Correct.
Oh, Cam Newton?
No.
Like
I'm pretty sure they're kickers, and
Oh,
because they get credited for every field goal, where quarterbacks only get credit for rushing touchdowns.
Wait, quarterbacks only get for rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, as far as scoring leader goes, yeah. Like
would I know this kicker? Because our kickers are never tenured that long.
This kicker has 1,482 points with you guys, so he was tenured. He literally only has 20 less points than Justin Tucker.
Yeah, why does it look like Ant's looking at a fucking screen over there, buddy?
Why look like he's cheating, right?
Oh no, I'm watching the Red Sox game. I can name our last like 10 kickers, and I know that none of them will be there.
This guy isn't that recent.
He would have to be like in the 90s or like in the early 2000s.
Early 2000s is what I would guess. And then Trent, your guy must have been in the 40s.
Yeah,
he just
I don't know this
crazy.
I don't know this one, but say his first name, and I'll guarantee. John. Yeah, I don't know this one.
John, I want to say it's Kasay. Kasay.
Oh, John Casey.
That's how you say Casey?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, crazy. How was the spelling?
Kasay. That's Casey.
Yeah.
That's worse than my name.
Yeah, well, I know who you're talking about. I didn't know he was there that long.
Oh, shit. And then Trent, I'm not even going to ask you because I don't know who this is. Gary Anderson.
He was the kicker before Boswell, the Jeff Reed, or I think he was early 2000s.
Okay. He was there during Del Home days.
And then, do you guys know your winningest coaches? It's the last question I have for you.
I do.
It's got to be current for us.
Ours has to be John Fox, right?
No.
What? Robert Rivera passed him?
The answer is no, Ant.
Robert Rivera passed him?
Yes.
Wow.
It's got to be old boy, current coach for Baltimore.
Wait, his name is
Harbaugh.
Just making sure you knew it.
Is it by a drastic margin though?
Mine only shows the leaders.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Johnny's. Is Harbaugh? Does he have way more wins than the guy he took the job from? Yeah.
Well, I would say yes, unless there's only been one other coach, because John Harbaugh has 147 and your team only has 243. So he has well over half your guys' wins.
Have you guys only had 2 coaches overall?
That's what I'm saying. Unless I don't know who's there before.
I can't remember who was there. I don't. Yeah, before 2000, I have no idea.
That's why I was curious if it was like close.
In 2000.
I mean, if you guys have only had the 2 coaches, then John still got him beat by 40.
Wow, it's only going to keep going up.
Yeah.
All right.
What was just tweeted? Trent needs to name his winningest coach.
Oh, they said it has fallen apart.
Yeah, wow. I told you that it was just a rumor, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Sides are moving on.
Porzingis is not going nowhere. He wants his 36 M's and ain't nobody paying him that shit.
Wow.
Trent, your most winningest coach of all time.
Tomlin.
No, sir.
The guy before him?
Still think back to the Steel Curtain.
What was his name? Was it Nolan? Something
close. Chuck Noll.
Chuck. Oh.
Yep. But I thought that was just a piece of fun shit. Stay on your toes, because I was gonna do an NBA one. I still might do that. I just gotta figure out what dumbass franchise I'm gonna give Johnny, since he's not an actual franchise of a team. So I might just give him like a player.
I had a good one for you guys, but I don't think we could have named them. It's like for all sports.
Let's try it. Fuck it.
All right. Name 6 teams out of all sports that share the same names.
That share the same names?
Yeah.
Team names?
Yeah. Out of all sports, they share the same team name.
Kings, right?
Got one. That's hockey and basketball. Nope. There's 6 of them though. It's like generic names. I'll be honest with you that. I'll give you one, like Carolina Panthers, Florida Panthers.
Nuggets.
That's what I was gonna go with.
No,
it's not the Nuggets.
Knights?
Panthers is my next one.
No. Just think generic names, like
Cardinals. Another one.
Yep.
Baseball. Good job, John.
John's fucking running away with this.
Motherfucker, I got Panthers. I'm taking credit for that. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, the last 3 are so easy. But
can you tell me the sports? Or to give it away?
See, I guess
I feel like that's going to give it away.
2 of the 3 is football. 2 of the 3, one One team's football, but it shares with another team. The other one is hockey and baseball. It's the Rangers. I don't think you would have got that one.
Oh, that one's easy too. New York.
Believe it or not, I
Texas.
swear to God, I was just thinking about the
Okay, because the New York Rangers and the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, Texas Rangers. Yeah,
but no, the last two were football teams.
Yeah, I have no idea. Bears.
I'm trying to break down.
No,
the bad news. I'm like trying to break down divisions.
I'll even say this: one's NFC, one's AFC.
Yeah.
That helps out.
You already said the Cardinals.
Dolphins.
It
So
wouldn't be the Jets.
I would.
The Bills.
It's actually one's the Jets.
The Jets for what?
I don't think you would have got this. I thought Trent would have got that. Yeah, hockey. The next one is baseball and an NFL team. This is the last one. And Donna, you're a crackhead for not even knowing this one. This one's like mind blowing to me. I would say Donna should know this one instead of Johnny. And it's just because Donna has ties to this team.
I have ties to this team.
West Dakota, one of his West Dakota teams.
West Dakota doesn't have a team. We're not in sports.
You just want me to name it?
Nah, hold on.
Oh.
So this is an AFC team.
NFC.
Oh yeah, I said the Jets. So NFC. So we already said the Cardinals. It's not the Rams. It's not the Niners. It's not the Seahawks. It's not the Packers. It's not the Vikings. It's not the Bears. It's not the Lions. It's not the Commanders. It's not the Eagles. It's not the Cowboys. It's not the Giants. The Giants.
The Giants. It's the Giants.
Oh my God, bro!
That shit was easy as fuck.
Donna said you have ties to it.
Bro, all I could think of was what the fuck is he saying?
San Francisco Giants.
Fan and we're not there.
Man.
Yeah, that's all.
And you think I'd say like I even said San Francisco, I was ripped for the 49ers. You think I'd been like, what's San Francisco's team baseball? That's crazy.
Yeah, the Giants.
All right. That wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that good?
Out,
I saw that, but now I was like, wait a minute. I don't think we would have got all this shit if we were.
No, the Jets was fluke. I ain't gonna hold you.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, I really don't have a segment. I couldn't find the fucking shit I was gonna do, but I will touch on the text you sent last week or earlier this week, whatever it was, about Cade Klubnik making his dark horse odds for the Heisman. I was super against it, kind of, and then I saw something that made me screenshot it. So the past couple Elite 11 finalists or winners, I was looking at those names and I was just like, what the fuck do they all have in common? Like, it was just a list of all the finalists and shit, and they were all Heisman finalists. So I think last year, 2 years ago, Drake May. Year before that, CJ Stroud. Year before that, Bryce Young, Mac Jones, Tua, Trevor Lawrence was in there somewhere, and they're all fucking either Heisman winners or Heisman finalists. And then Cade Klubnik was the most recent before the one that's going on now. So, I mean, it makes sense to throw him in, at least throw him in. I don't think he's
I would say just take a shot.
He's in a weak conference at that. Yeah, I mean,
he just has to beat out literally two teams, in my opinion. Carolina,
Florida State,
and then he would have to beat Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, they got a guy who's going to be right up there in the Heisman hunt too.
And if he could beat both of those teams, he should be in the conversation.
Yeah, but if Caleb Williams, he has a fucking gauntlet to go through out there in the Pac-12. But if he goes undefeated, I truly believe whatever quarterback goes undefeated out there, if one does, they got to be a front runner. I mean, that's a fucking gauntlet. I mean, that's all I got. I saw that and I thought that shit was interesting. I guess you're next. UFC card.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Donna, I mean, I don't know how the weather is out there, but it's supposed to rain like the next 3 days up here. It's supposed to stop raining on like Sunday. So if you're around, whenever the UFC's on national television, they put out a good card, and it's like bangers, like people just get knocked the fuck out. So this one's an early card, and it's on ABC, so you're gonna be able to watch all the fights.
Oh, I love that. What time does it start?
I think it starts at
and it's Saturday, so the wife can't ask for the TV because
I'm gonna bullshit. Saturday. I think it might start at 11 or 1. 11:30 is the prelims. So
what'd you say? The wife can't what?
She can't bitch about the TV because she'll be at work.
Oh, you said ask. No, ain't no asking being done there. It's give me the fucking TV and that's it. Said ask.
Yeah, so there's some good
So you
There's
ask
some
him
good
nicely,
cards. It's a
hey,
good
can you
card.
please give me the TV? No? Okay.
Before
And then she just takes it.
But yeah, that's about it. I was just trying to tell you down to the UFC card this weekend. It's got bangers. It's got some hot chicks on it too that are fighting, so it's gonna be lit.
Good dog, Macy Barber.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do.
No, I looked into my favorite underdog. It's David and Nama.
I'm starting my my re-up train again tomorrow. Because in South Carolina, you can't like gamble at all. Like even the undercover like books, you like nah, bro. Like the one I used in Charlotte, I can't use here. Like you're in South Carolina. Like this is the strictest gambling state in the United States. So
I told you I have a sports book you can use.
I gotta get to Charlotte where I work, and then I'll place my bets. But what I'm saying is,
hold on, you don't live in North Carolina?
I just moved. I live in South Carolina now. I just moved.
Where do you live?
Rock Hill.
Oh, Rock Hill's dope.
You heard me, Donovan? You can use this anywhere. It doesn't matter.
All right, bet. Send it to me after this.
I got you.
Or just do like crypto ones.
But I was about to say something. Anyway, that re-up shit I was sending you where I hit like 4 straight and then the Twins fucked me.
Yeah.
I'm starting that again tomorrow when I get to work. So by the time Saturday rolls around, that bitch will be sitting pretty, and I'm gonna need your max play because you didn't give it to me on Saturday last week.
See, like I tell Trent and everyone who asks for max plays in the UFC, the UFC's tricky because like if you ask for a max play, a max play to me would be like minus 300, like a guy like that. Or if you want a guy who's like minus 110, do you want your best underdog?
This is free money for me because it's literally I'm turning $1 into $100 and then I'm having fun with it.
But if I give you a max play and you put $100, you're gonna win like $30.
No. I want a max play, like your biggest like payout bet that you think is gonna happen. Yeah, like if I put $100 down on this, like if there's a plus 1,100 that you're like, yo, I really like this guy, like it's free to me. Like I'm not tripping on this.
Yeah. David Onama.
All right, bet.
He was plus 285. Now he's like plus 160. It just keeps going down.
Oh, that's not good. I don't got the money yet. God damn it.
Yeah. I tell you what you could do. I gave you a couple locks for future locks. Why don't you put 100 on that and see what that shit pays out? Not all of them, but
no, Johnny, I'm putting money on all yours, but I got to find a book that allows me to do that.
Because I was actually listening to a couple of the old ones. Which one's your favorite one? Because you've given us multiple ones. What's the one you like? Will like
the sheet's still at my apartment.
Whip your dick out like this is the best one by far. Like balls to the wall, like
his USC one probably.
No, I'm talking about his.
No, that wasn't a lock.
Talking about his college ones.
I would say it's got to be Colorado under. That's why Vegas even moved that line. Like I said, it was under 4.5. They moved it back to 3.5. Like that Pac-12 is fucking loaded, and you just brought in 56 new players through the transfer portal, plus I think it was like 20 some high school kids. Like they can't fuck with Bo Nix in Oregon, Caleb Williams and USC. Utah won the Pac-12. I mean, they're going to get ran through. I think they start the year at Nebraska, which Carolina's old head coach there. He's terrific college coach. What's his name?
Matt Rule. He's amazing. He's just not a good NFL coach.
And they got TCU too. Like that's got to be one of the toughest schedules in college football. And then after they win only 3-4 games, I think they're going to contend for the title the following year, which is crazy to say. But
yeah, because I was going to ask you, I was actually looking at the Colorado shit like 2 days ago, and you hit it right on the head. Dude, under 3.5 is
2.
Under 3.5 is minus 170, and I was like, how much?
I don't know. Yeah, I see when I said it was 4.5, and I feel great about that one. I think they can win 4 games. There is no way they're winning 5. But the other one I'm super confident about is Penn State over 9.5. I got money saying they knock off either Ohio State or Michigan, and if they don't, that's still 10 wins. Like no one else in the Big Ten. They won 10.
Even if they don't beat us, they're still winning 10.
Yeah, and
over 9.5.
They won 10 last year. They upgraded that quarterback by a fucking mile, and they just returned everybody. Like they got 2 running backs who are going to probably lead the country in rushing. They are loaded. They're my best 2. Favorite 2.
Yeah, that one's over 9.5 minus 138. I might have to do that one. All right.
Yeah, I like it. Trent, you don't got nothing for us this week?
Oh, I had the one from last week. I wrote it down and misplaced it, so I'm gonna have to find it and bring it back. It was the NBA tier ranking system, so I'll make sure I have that next week for you guys.
Yeah, do that. You be slacking on the segments.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything from you, buddy.
I was moving on Wednesday.
Well, guess why we missed? I'm crippled and I'm here.
But I was moving houses.
Yeah,
can't
but
help that shit.
You were moved in during the day, right?
No.
All right. You just said you weren't finished, right?
Yeah, I wasn't finished moving the shit out of my fucking apartment.
Hey Johnny, you can't be mad. I put a futures bet in already. I got $200 on Joe Burrow winning MVP.
You're nasty.
Bro, it's crazy. I actually just saw something that said, remember last year I was on the Lamar train? This is going to be the year he does it if he's fully healthy. Because he's got a, they're actually going to be throwing the ball. He's got weapons this year.
I saw something today. They're top 5 receivers, which is fucking nuts to say the Ravens even have 5 receivers, all first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy, I actually saw a video of the guy you guys just signed, who I actually had a lot of hope for when he got drafted, but he just kind of went like this. Yeah. And he's in the best shape of his life, and he's working with the fade god, or not the fade, the route god. Yeah.
It's crazy. You guys have more first-round picks on your team than Aaron Rodgers has ever thrown to in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only reason
I put all this way out of their prime, though.
Yeah. Well, I put all this money on Joe Burrow because obviously, if Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt, I think he would have borderline may have won the MVP. And the guy who put everything on Jalen Hurts he said he's coming with a vengeance, and he's it's Burrow's year. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll fucking load some money behind you.
I don't know. I would like to talk fantasy at some point. Not right now. It's a little too early for that. But
yeah, I'm just letting you know.
I'll tell you a big one. It's fucking
fantasy. Is it a fantasy player?
Rookie running back Atlanta, Bijan.
Yeah,
he's gonna run through our division. I'm letting you know right now.
Gonna be crazy. He's already projected as the second running back off the board.
Yeah,
it's CMC, Derrick Henry, and then Bijan. He's going before Jonathan Taylor.
It's because another thing is that team doesn't really trust Ritter. So they're just gonna run Bijan.
I've seen that even their fans are saying Heineke's gonna be starting by week 5 or 6.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They have no faith in Ritter at all.
Well, no bullshit. I'm probably starting Heineke day 1.
I keep hearing that Bibbs dude out of Detroit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I heard they're lining him up as he everywhere. The slot, he's catching everything from everywhere.
Yeah. I think he's legit. I thought he was the best running back in the shit early on last year until you had to watch more of Bijan's. If you could trade places, Texas wasn't fucking good, and to do what he did with that bad team, he's but
dude,
Gibbs
he's insane
is right there. Yeah, Gibbs is legit.
Yeah. So,
but before we get out of here, John, I want to say something real quick. We are discussing on what we're going to be doing these next couple weeks, gearing up for the NFL season. We're obviously been doing the NFL predictions by division, go over the division breakdowns like we did last year. But if you guys have anything you guys want to be talked about specifically, make sure you drop them in the comments. Shoot us a text, reach out, say something, because we are looking for different ideas for content. So just drop it in the comments.
Yeah. And what's Buddy say? What's his name? Just moved to ESPN. Used to
Pat
punt.
McAfee?
Yeah. Be a friend, tell a friend. Love that. But anyway, I guess that's it for episode 44.
Appreciate y'all.